I have one goal with this video, and it's to teach you how to make your drums come alive.
It's alive! It's alive!
But if you don't pay attention over the next 5 minutes to everything I show you in order, it's not going to work. There are a few important steps. Follow along, and I promise you, this works. It's sick. Let me show you how to do it. Now, before I show you the steps that go into this, let me give you an example so you can hear what it's actually doing. You're gonna notice it'll flip orange, black and white, orange, black and white. That'll just be on and off. Now you're probably sitting there saying, well, that was just a volume difference. You made it louder. I didn't. What you're gonna notice is the louder version is technically quieter in terms of peak volume, and the quieter version is actually louder in terms of peak volume. What's so cool about this is the louder version is eating up less headroom than the quieter version. This is basically getting more bang for your buck. All right, so what are the 3 plugins we're gonna be working with? First is a Transient Designer. Nice. Next, I like to use a dynamic EQ. In this case, it's going to be Pro Q. And the third and final plugin on the chain is going to be our clipper. Now, the way I want to teach this to you is not give you values, turn this knob to this number. It's the approach, because these numbers will vary dependent on your mix, dependent on your original drums, and so forth. The concept is going to be first starting off with a Transient Designer to bring these transients out. So as you'll see, I'll turn up this knob back and forth, and we can pronounce the transients more or less. This will be an ear thing. You're going to do it to your taste. Now the next plugin is going to be Pro Q, but I'm going to use it for a dynamic EQ, and I want to use it for expansion. I want to bring out the dynamic parts even further. So once again, the amount you're going to do here will vary based on your information already, but this is going to further excite your drums. I like to do this to the high end because that is where most of the transient frequencies are sitting. If you don't have Pro Q, another great free option for this is TDR Nova. It basically can do the same stuff that Pro Q can do. Now with these first 2 steps, we have added peak volume. But what I'm gonna do here at the end is cut these peaks with a clipper. I really like standard clip. It gives me both a hard clip option and a soft clip option where I can add some saturation. You see I'm doing it in this example. Now what the goal here will be is to cut those peaks, but not necessarily lose the character and nature of the drums. So it's changing the shape of the drums, then cutting that change shape. You'll also notice I'm using this slider here, which allows me to saturate the signal, just adding more harmonic distortion. It's noise on already noisy drums. It's gonna sound amazing. So once I combine all 3 of these, the transient shaper, the expansion with my dynamic EQ, and the clipper, once again, let me play it on and off, and you're gonna notice, although it sounds louder, the perceived volume is louder, the peak volume is actually less. This really is like a cheat code. I can't stress it enough though, the numbers here that I'm using are not gonna work for your song. It will always be unique to your specific mix. So learn the approach and then apply it for your sounds. If you found this helpful or have a question, just let me know in the comments. I'm always sifting through. I wanna be able to help you with this because I want you using this in your productions. Do me a favor though, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to catching you in the next one. See ya.